after Jesus had said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He then says he is thirsty. Some people believe that due to the shock of being crucified and the loss of blood, that he would have been dehydrated. But I don't think it was a physical thirst, but there was also a spiritual thirst as well. Jesus thirsts to be connected to his Father. As we read throughout the Gospel of John, Jesus always talked about the relationship to God, that he and the Father are one. Even in John chapter 15, Jesus talks about him being the true vine, and that if we remain in him, we will bear much fruit. When Jesus said that he was thirsty, the soldiers got some wine and they put it on a hyssop plant and gave it up to Jesus so that he could have a drink. And there's something significant about this moment. You see, during the Last Supper, Jesus passed the cup around and he said, "This is my blood. It's poured for you for the new covenant, poured out for your sins. Drink in remembrance of me." The hyssop plant was used in the books of Exodus as the elders would go and spread blood all over the door frames of all the Israelite houses. So then when the angel of death would come through Egypt, the angel of death would pass by all those houses that had blood on them and wouldn't sacrifice the firstborn. Here we see Jesus as being the ultimate Passover sacrifice to basically to not only provide a way for humanity to not experience death, but to have a fulfilled life with God. A few years back, I was in Chicago for a leadership conference, and Phil Vischer, the creator of VeggieTales, was speaking about the ups and downs of Big Idea. And in its lowest point, after filing for bankruptcy, after being sued, and after selling off his intellectual property, including the VeggieTales, he felt completely dried out. He was depressed. He just laid in bed all day, and it seemed like everything that he had built, all the stuff that he was doing to kind of use this as a tool to do ministry, to worship God, to do all of that, was just gone. But then he heard a message that really spoke to him in that moment. And that message was, to sum up the message, it said that no matter what successes or failures we have in this life, we will always have God. In the same way, when we are at our lowest points in our lives, we can thirst for God. He will always satisfy. And if we remain in him, then we will bear much fruit. Because God never promised us that following him would ever be easy or that everything was always going to be okay. But the one thing God always promised us is that he will be present with us.